Hey everybody, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I'm here to give you guys a recap of the new chapter in Nanatsu no Taizai, which is on chapter 208. Now, this chapter right here, pretty crazy all the ways to one, many ways to one. But I really started to like Elizabeth a lot. Although her personality and so forth is really, really great and pure and so forth. And I think I've fallen in love with her already. No wonder Meliodas might have fallen in love with her too. But too bad she's taken. And if he figures out that I'm leering at her, I poke. So if anything else, let's just get this chapter started. We have to it that Diane, who's in what's his name? Balor's body, I don't know. Droll's body, and King in Galaxinia's body, We had to it that they say that they go like, what the heck is those monsters that Elizabeth is going to be facing off? Meliodas explains that though that is the Enduro form of the Ten Commandments. Sacrificing 6 of their hearts, they become a destruction of chaos. And I'll let you know that once they become that, they'll continue to spread destruction and death until they really die, Meliodas explains. And right now we have to it that we have to try to stop them. But Meliodas says there's no way of stopping them. In order to stop them, they have to exhaust their remaining life energy to the last drop and die to completely wait. But I don't know how much energy they have, so that's the issue and problem here. When we have to that Rudishel, one of the 4 archangels, is actually happy to see Elizabeth here and says, let's go and destroy them once and for all. However, Elizabeth says, I'm going to save them instead, and tries to purify them, and says, let there be light, And we had to that Ludishel says, yo, what are you doing? These creatures do not deserve your salvation. We kill these beings, a threat to the goddesses. To all the races, it will be exterminated, and then we'll be one step closer to ending the holy war. And I'm thinking in my mind, Ludishel, you are one sick piece of it. You know that? Because you said a threat to the goddesses, and now you change your words to to all races. Maybe there's a reason why maybe Droll or Balor, I like to call him Balor maybe because it's easy that way, the Giant King, if anything, and Galaxinia might have turned sides, but we'll have to find that out. And by that time, we have to it that they're transforming into a more monstrous figure because the darkness within, because they're trying to resist the light that Elizabeth is trying to give them. But Elizabeth is really, really, really tired right now, and she's really exhausting her energy right now. But we have to it that Diane in Droll's or Ballard's body says, you gotta back her up. There's no way she's able to hold this off on her own. However, Meliodas says it's no use. My magic power will only offset hers. In other cases, it will disrupt and cause a misbalance, We have to it that the other 2 archangels is really surprised to see to it that she's being pressured right now. Although Ludishel is asking Sariel and Tamio to help him out and kill the 10 Commandments once and for all. Although Elizabeth tries to tell him, Ludishel, you can't do this. And Meliodas stands in his way and says, that's not happening, And of course Meliodas has his demon mark on, but this time his demon mark is right there, but I think it's in a different symbol fashion, so it might be the same, but I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid. But we have to it that Meliodas blocks Ludishel's way and so forth, and we have to it that Elizabeth blames herself, knowing that no matter how much I apologize, it'll never be enough. I'm really at blame for your comrades, And it seems like Elizabeth is responsible for her comrade's death, And I can't believe she's taking this all onto herself, which is too much shock, Although many will tell me, dude, she's Elizabeth. If you see her throughout the Nanatsu no Taizai series, then you would know how she would be, and so forth. And yeah, I am pretty dull in the head sometimes, all the way to 1. We have to it that Sadiel or Tarmiel was talking to Elizabeth. Yo, why are you trying to save the demon clan? They are our enemies. You have no need to pity them. And the other one says, "That's right. Are they even worth saving?" And she says, and she asks him this question, which is pretty much something that we all can ask ourselves. And who is it that decides this worth, huh? Who has the right to decide such a thing? And she says, "In the light of dawn and curd of nightfall, the bathe us all equality without discrimination, humans, giants, fairies, goddesses, and demons." Who decides all that, you know? Who's worthy saving? Who decides this worth, huh? And, those kinds of words really hit me hard because, sometimes we all make a decision, like we choose someone, and why do we make the decision to choose, And we all been through that about that in life, and there's no denying that. And we have too that Ludoshel is really tired of this, and he says, "I had enough of your stupidity or impertinence. He will not forgive you for this." I always wonder, who is this he though? And we'll get to that to later, And we have to it that Elizabeth tells her, "I have no intention of begging for anyone for forgiveness," and therefore Ludoshel asks Sariel and Tarmio to help him eliminate the 10 Commandments and Meliodas included. Although Sariel and Tarmio was about to launch a powerful attack, but we have to it that they decide to help Elizabeth instead. They said, "It's obvious, we're helping her." Even Ludoshel asked them this question. Although Sariel or Tarmio did say we're just assisting her, and we're acting merely on our free will. I guess they are actually moved by Elizabeth's words and decides to help her, and I give him big props for that. And therefore Elizabeth used all of her power along with the combination of Sariel and Tarmio and managed to purify or get rid of the Enduro form somehow. Although it was very, very pressuring and it took a lot of strength and power right now, it actually worked. They are back to their normal forms, but we have to it that Delia is totally bare or naked, except for Monspiet himself, and her left arm is still missing. So yeah. Talk about some serious chapter, I actually like this chapter very, very much. And, I hear a lot of people who don't like this arc and so forth because it's taking too long or something like that. But what you don't understand is that, aren't you interested in seeing the Holy War right now? Because I want to see how it goes and why the demons really hate the goddesses, especially why Delia has a big grudge against them. And it's pretty much showing it right now. Anyways, in this chapter, of course, Elizabeth really captured my heart. I will be honest with you, to the truth and to human nature, it takes a lot of guts and mental willpower, or possibly forgiveness, to even want to save your enemy. I'm pretty sure if any one of us has enemies either in a video game or in a freaking real life situation, we don't want to save them. We'll just kill them off or just kick their butts and have them to suffer. But Elizabeth in here actually shows a lot of guts and wanted to save them instead of exterminating them instead. Speaking of which, this he that Ludoshel has been saying, he says, "He will not forgive you for this." I do not know who this he is, but I always wonder to myself, and this is just a theory or a hypothesis, he might be the leader of the entire goddess clan. Although many people might tell me Ludoshel is the leader of the goddess clan, but I wasn't sure. I don't know who is this he's referring to. And Sariel and Tarmio decide to help Elizabeth out after hearing her words of saying, "Who decides this worth, huh? Who decides such a thing?" And I'm thinking in my mind, dang, Elizabeth really captured my heart right there, because this is something that we all could go through. Who decides who's worth playing? Who decides this worth whatsoever? Pretty relatable, if you tell me, in a certain way. But I really give Elizabeth big props, and she's really a cool idol to look up to, especially when she decided to save her enemies instead of exterminating them. I'm really surprised that I was really surprised, because I thought she was really going to exterminate them. No joke. That's what I thought at first. But I guess not. But you know, due to her personality, I think I should have known about this, but maybe that's just me being freaking stupid or being too dull myself. So anyways, pretty cool chapter. I'll see you guys in my next video. So what do you guys think of the chapter? Please let me know and so forth, you know. And what do you think of the current arc as well? I like to communicate with you in any way possible, if anything. So if anything else, that's about it. I'll see you guys later. I'm out for Zitto. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye-bye. Doo-doo-doo!